Thank you, Eric, as we get ready for two Newsom Raceway Parts B mains. Those two B mains will decide the final starters in tonight's 40-lap feature for the Sweetheart here at 411 Motor Speedway. Your starting lineup for Newsom Raceway Parts B main number one should go like this. It'll be the 118 of Andersonville, Tennessee's Brody Sharp on the front row. To his outside, a winner at Volusia Speedway Park earlier this year out of Dublin, Georgia. It'll be the 4 of Rye Falk. Row 2 will be Seymour, Tennessee's Brandley Llewellyn in the 10B. Rome, Georgia's Jake Knowles in the 66 will be outside row 2, currently 4th in the Winter Shootout Series point standings. Row 3 will be the 07A of Knoxville, Tennessee, Addison Cardville. It'll be Bryson Dennis out of Greenville, Tennessee in the 15 to his outside of row 3. Row 4 will be East Tioga, Alabama's Dylan Krim in the 7C. It'll be the 4S of Rogersville, Tennessee, the Pizza Man, Michael Smith, starting 8th. Starting 9th out of Rome, Georgia, the 21 of Mario Gresham. Starting 10th out of Rogersville, Tennessee, it'll be the 4R of Ryan Smith. Anthony White Jr. out of Clinton, Tennessee in the 24 will roll off 11th. Dwight Smith out of Louisville, Kentucky will roll off 12th. And the final two starters in Newsom Raceway Parts B main number one will be Kennesaw, Georgia's Tim Clark in the 22T. And it will be the 7T of Tyler Price out of Greenback, Tennessee, starting 14th on the field. Top 6 will automatically lock themselves into tonight's main event. Everybody else, the Sweetheart is over for the rest of the field. They'll load up and head on home. Attention in the grandstand. We have a black Dodge Ram Bighorn. You need to move. Union tags. If you're from Union County and you drive a black Dodge Ram Bighorn, you need to move it before you get moved. "12 laps will make up Newsom Raceway Parts B main number one. 12 laps, top 6 going to lock into tonight's feature. First of two Newsom Raceway Parts B mains. Newsom Raceway Parts, a division of Raceway Chevrolet in Hartsville, South Carolina, delivering Chevrolet performance, circle track, engines, parts, and vehicles. That's Newsom Raceway Parts. We mentioned on the front row and the outside of that black number 4, that will be Rye Falk. Got his first ever Crate Racing USA win at Volusia Speedway Park earlier this year. Huge win for that young man. And here we go. 411 Motor Speedway. Are you ready? It is time. Newsom Raceway Parts B main number one getting ready to come to life. Andersonville, Tennessee's Brody Sharp, the youngster in the 118 to his outside. Dublin, Georgia's Rye Falk in the black number 4. They will move their way towards the VP Racing Lubricant Smooth and Clean starting box. Green flag is out at 411 Motor Speedway. Sharp to the inside. The black 4 of Falk will take the top side. 2x2. They'll make contact off of turn number 2. It'll be Sharp to have the advantage. Here comes Brandley Llewellyn. Top 3 will go single file. Jake Knowles in that red and white 66 will wash way up the racetrack. He's going to lose the momentum on the bottom. But I tell you what, he pulled that race car back down, and he's going to cut the nose off the 07 of Addison Cardwell. Cardwell will fall into the 5th transfer spot. Now side by side for 2nd. Bradley Llewellyn will take the 10B. He'll dive off the nose of Rye Falk. Bradley Llewellyn up to 2nd. They'll fight back down into turns 3 and 4. Falk will look back to the inside of Llewellyn. All of this is happening behind the leader, Brody Sharp. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all under a blanket, and you won't have to go far to find Addison Cardwell. They'll come off at turn number 4. They'll cross the stripe. Lap number 3 of 12 in the books. Llewellyn to the inside. Oh, Falk bobbled in 1 and 2, and Jake Knowles took advantage of it. Slid right underneath the Dublin, Georgia driver. But I tell you what, we're watching this, and the transfer spot right now is 3 wide. Mario Gresham, Bryson Dennis, and Dylan Krim went 3 wide off of turn number 3, and the transfer spot has 5 cars fighting for 1 spot down the back straightaway. Right now, it is Mario Gresham. He is in the final transfer spot for the moment. Trying to hold down the bottom. A good side-by-side battle now for 4th and 5th. Falk to the top side. Cardwell to the inside. Falk trying to hang on to that spot. Can't make the outside work for now. Well, he might have it going down into turns 1 and 2. Falk will take the position back from Cardwell. And the caution flag will come out. Caution flag will come out down in turns 3 and 4. tell you what, a hornet's nest back there for that transfer spot. Mario Gresham finally got himself away. 5 cars under a blanket. At one point, they were 3 wide down off of turn 3. And I tell you what, Brody Sharp did not want to see that caution flag come out. The youngster out of Andersonville, Tennessee, had broke out to a really good lead before that caution flag come out. And that's going to bring Bradley Llewellyn, Jake Knowles right back into the mix. As the 24 of Anthony White Jr., the driver out of Clinton, Tennessee, you'll see his 24 roll right here on the front straightaway. Looking all 4 corners of the 24. Does not look like anything really hurt on the 24. So we'll see if he'll make the hard right-hand turn or he'll stay on the racetrack. Looks like Anthony White Jr. will pull off of the racing surface. So we continue to circle around the racetrack. Halfway home here in Newsom Raceway Parts, B-Main number 1, B-Main number 2 will come up next. 3,023 to win, 40-lap main event for the Newsom Raceway Parts Crate Racing USA, 604 late models here at the 411 Motor Speedway. Crazy to think when it comes to the Crate Racing USA Winter Shootout Series. Tried to get here last year for the hangover, didn't work out. Tried again this year, Mother Nature didn't like it. Finally, the Winter Shootout Series returning here to 411 Motor Speedway. So remember, top 6 automatically going to go into that main event. Top 6 looks like this right now. Brody Sharp out front, Bradley Llewellyn second, Jake Knowles third, Ryan Falk will be fourth, Addison Cardwell fifth, and Mario Gresham, who had gotten away from that cluster for the final transfer spot, is now going to have a rearview mirror full of Dylan Krim and also Bryson Dennis. And don't throw Tyler Price out of that mix either. He was part of that 5-car tango that was fighting for that final transfer spot. As the 14 JR of Dwight Smith out of Louisville, Kentucky, you see some heavy damage there to the front end of that 14 car. He was the car that was turned around down off of turn number 4. They'll get ready. Delaware double file restart. They'll line them back up, and we'll get ready to go halfway home here at Newsom Raceway Parts B-Main number 1 for the Newsom Raceway Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. Once again, fans, as we mentioned, you can keep up with live timing and scoring. Check out My Race Pass. Just simply search Crate Racing USA, and you can keep up on Facebook. Go to your Facebook page and type in Crate Racing USA. Hit the big like button, and you can follow the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. Of course, the full season will get underway April the 1st at the Cochran Motor Speedway with the first race of the season for the Touring Series. $10,000 to win coming up at Cochran. The field will go back towards the KRC Power Steering restart zone. Brody Sharp, he's led them all so far. He'll look for 6 more out of turn number 4. Crate flag back in the air. Side by side for second. Jake Knowles to the top side. Knowles going to push the issue off of turn number 2. Just about ran out of real estate. And look at Mario Gresham. He's going to squeeze by Rye Falk on that restart. Falk's going to fall back to that 4th and final 5th spot. Top side. Here comes Cardwell. Cardwell's trying to get the top side working. I believe he might have something off of turn number 2. Here comes Addison Cardwell in the 07. He got the 4th spot. Can he get the 3rd off of turn 4? He'll wash up the hill. It'll be a drag race to the stripe. Here comes Addison Cardwell on the top side. 8 laps officially complete out of the 12. Cardwell has went to the top side of the racetrack. He's passed 2 cars in the last 3 laps. He'll go up to the top side again. He'll get a big run off at turn number 4. Cardwell takes the 3rd spot. In the meantime, it is Brody Sharp, smooth and clean. He had better get on it because Addison Cardwell has found the topside man, and Bradley Llewellyn just cut the nose off the 07. The blue and yellow 10B of Bradley Llewellyn. The white and the red 07 of Addison Cardwell putting on his show for the 2nd spot. Is down into turns 3 and 4. It will be Brody Sharp, the youngster out of Andersonville, Tennessee. He will come to the white flag. 1 lap to go for him. Cardwell right now to 3rd. He'll go to the top side of Bradley Llewellyn. Can he get that 2nd spot? Big run off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Side by side down into turns 3 and 4. The 2nd spot looks like for the moment it's going to go to Addison Cardwell, and it does. What a run off the top side of the racetrack. But it's all behind Andersonville, Tennessee. Brody Sharp will pick up Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 1 with Addison Cardwell putting on a show for second. Third goes to Bradley Llewellyn. Fourth to Mario Gresham. Rye Falk fifth. And Tyler Price officially finishing sixth. May have just raced his way into the show. Your winner out of Andersonville, Tennessee, the Phantom-powered Longhorn Fast Lube, Rapid Wash, Valvoline Oil, Longmire Excavating 18 of Brody Sharp. Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 2 will make its way to the racing surface on the front row in the 2-9. Out of Knoxville, Tennessee, it'll be Kyle Courtney. To his outside, the 11D. Out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, it'll be Daniel Dial. Row number 2 will be the 17 of Chip Brindle out of Chatsworth, Georgia. And to his outside, the 7 of Brian Smith out of Barbersville, Kentucky. Row 3 will be the 00 of Ruben Mayfield out of Lanier City, Tennessee. And to his outside, the 29 of Rusty Ballinger out of Seymour, Tennessee. Starting inside of row number 4, it'll be the 27 of Bridgeport, West Virginia's Hayden Jacobs, and the 4 of Joe Mike out of Mayfield, Kentucky. Row 5 will be the 9A of Matt Adams out of Edders, Pennsylvania, and to his outside, the 3D in the 10th starting spot, Dakota Smith out of Powell, Tennessee. The 96 will be Josh Vineyard out of Danville, Kentucky, and the 69 of Wyatt Boyd. Final 2 starters out of Paint Lick, Kentucky, it'll be the 20 of Glenn Hauschel, and the K7 of Keaton Smith out of Clinton, South Carolina. 14 drivers, 12 laps. The next 6 to lock in. Final chance for these drivers to make their way into that 40-lap finale for the Newsom Raceway Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series portion of the Sweetheart here at 411 Motor Speedway. Brian Smith, when it comes to the point standings, sitting outside of that number 4 in that 4th starting spot, currently 13th coming in. 4 features for him so far in the 2023 Winter Shootout Series season, trying to make his 5th. Unofficially, we'll see how those provisionals will work out. May very well be eligible for a provisional tonight. We'll see. Kyle Courtney in that 2-9. That would be, of course, the Savage House car with Welshin running that Mike Klotz 29. One to go being displayed by flagman Josh Patch, and we'll get ready. Final 6 automatic lock-in spots for tonight's Newsom Raceway Parts Crate Racing USA main event. Only the top 6 will find themselves in tonight's feature. Everybody else going to be loading up. We'll see what Rusty Ballinger can do. Keep an eye on him outside of row number 3. Did not have the qualifying effort he wanted. We'll see how long it might take that 29 to roll to the top as they make their way to the VP Racing Lubricant Smooth and Clean starting box. Newsom Raceway Parts B-Main number 2 comes to life. Courtney up to the top side, Dial to the inside. They'll dive down into 1 and 2. Dial to the inside. How about the 17 of Brindle? Brindle's going to peek a nose inside and Dial. They're 3 wide for about 6th on back. Ballinger to the middle of the racetrack, just to the top side of Joe Mike. Mike in that blue and white 4 car will follow Ballinger down the front straightaway. It is rush hour traffic on Interstate 81 out of turn 2, and Rusty Ballinger is running that line that Addison Cardwell ran in that first B main. We'll see if the 29 can keep climbing the ladder, but right now Kyle Courtney seems to be in another real estate. Top side is Ballinger. Ballinger now still trying to get a run on the outside of that blue, that black and white number 7 of Brian Smith. Smith on the bottom. Top side still working for the 17 of Brindle. There you get a good look as Ballinger goes to the top side again. This time he may actually get the run. He'll make the pass to the top side of that 7 to Smith. Ballinger will set his sights on the black and white 11. Oh, and trouble over here in turn 2. And we stay green. Ballinger to the top side. They'll go down the back straightaway side by side. And the caution flag's going to come out. And we kind of wrecked there for almost a whole lap. Eventually, finally, caution flag's going to come out. You see the 96 machine of Josh Vineyard, the driver out of Danville, Kentucky. Him and Wyatt Boyd. Boyd actually left the racing surface in that last circuit and made contact. The result was the 96 of Vineyard getting some torn up sheet metal on the front end of that race car. So unofficially, 4 laps complete here in this 12-lap B-Main number 2. It'll be Kyle Courtney out front. Chip Brindle will go second. Rusty Ballinger will go third. Fourth will go to Daniel Dial. Fifth will go to Brian Smith. Ruben Mayfield will move up to sixth. Joe Mike seventh. Dakota Smith eighth. Hayden Jacobs will go ninth. Delaware double file restart, filing back up on the back straightaway. We'll get ready to go back at it. 4 laps complete here in Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 2, final B main of the night. Back into the KRC power steering restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Ballinger to the top side of Brindle. Ballinger's going to slip to the outside. I thought he might have got a good enough run to get to the outside of Courtney. Couldn't do it in 1 and 2. He'll set his sights on him going down into 3 and 4. 3 cars under a blanket for the lead. 3 cars under a blanket. It's going to be Rusty Ballinger to prevail for that second spot. He's got that Warrior Comanche dialed up to the top side. Now will he make a move on Kyle Courtney? They're nose to tail down in turns 3 and 4. Courtney in the white car. Rusty Ballinger in the black car. In second, he's still having to hold off Brindle. Brindle gets a really good run down in turns 3 and 4. Can't make it stick. Ballinger's going to climb the ladder. They're almost side by side coming out of turn 2. Ballinger clipped the wall. Ballinger's going to take the top side. It's going to be Courtney on the inside. Off of turn 4. Rusty Ballinger to the point. Ballinger's going to take the top side, and he's going to take it to the point here in B main number 2. Battle now for second. Brindle trying to get around Courtney. Courtney goes back to the bottom. Courtney is dedicated to that bottom, but the top side seems to be what's working right now. It'll be Brindle. He's going to take P2. Brindle's took the outside. Courtney's bottom feeding has took him back to third, and here comes Smith. Smith's going to fight for that third spot. You'll see him dive back down into turns 1 and 2. 3 distinct lines here at the 411 Motor Speedway, and you're seeing it from second, third, and fourth. Now Courtney's going to try his luck to the top side, and the bottom side's what's going to work now for Brian Smith. So I'm not sure which line you want to say is going to prevail. They're still side by side. Courtney to the top side, Smith to the bottom. That's third and fourth on your screen right now, and it's all happening behind Rusty Ballinger, who did not get the qualifying effort he wanted, but out of turn number 4, he'll see the white flag. Final time around the 411 Motor Speedway. We'll still watch Courtney work to the top side, trying to get around Smith. It looks like he may solidify that third spot, but out of turn number 4, started 6th in this B main. He is going to take the checkered flag, and Rusty Ballinger will win Newsom Raceway Parts B main number 2. Second's going to go to Chip Brindle. Third will go to Kyle Courtney. Brian Smith 4th. Joe Mike will go 5th, and Daniel Dial will make up your top 6. Ruben Mayfield will miss it by 1 spot. Glenn Hauschel will miss it as well. So winning B feature number 2. The driver out of Seymour, Tennessee, the DJ Performance Warrior Titan Trailers, Warrior 1G Shocks, Ultimate Contracting, ETE Electric, Civil Works, Diversified Enclosures, 29, Rusty Ballinger. And your field is now set for tonight's Newsom Raceway Parts Crate Racing USA feature. Eric, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Thank you, Eric. Ready for 40 laps, $3,023 to win in the Winter Shootout Series finale for the 2023 Crate Racing USA Winter Shootout Series season. Let's meet the starting lineup on the front row and current Winter Shootout Series points leader out of Loudon, Tennessee. The defending Winter Shootout Series champion, 1 win in 2023 from East Bay. The 23 of Corey Hedgecock. To his outside out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Currently 10th in the Winter Shootout Series point standings in the 22. The Rusty Webb-owned Hayden Cardwell, 22. Row 3 out of Maryville, Tennessee. It'll be the 89 of Brandon Miller. And to his outside out of Gray, Kentucky. It'll be the 7 of Matthew Smith. Row 5 out of Chatsworth, Georgia. It'll be the 1 of Mitchell Stanley. And the 22A of Blairsville, Georgia's Tucker Anderson. Row number 4, it'll be Maryville, Tennessee's Jason Welshin in the 29, 2-time winner in the 2023 season from the Ice Bowl and Volusia. And to his outside of the 07B, it'll be Strawberry Plains, Tennessee's Bailey Cardwell. Starting in row number 5, out of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, currently 8th in the Winter Shootout Series point standings. In the 51, it'll be Mac McCarter. And to his outside out of Dandridge, Tennessee. In the 7A, it'll be Heath Alvey. Drivers coming from those 2 Newsom Raceway Parts B mains. In the 11th starting spot out of Andersonville, Tennessee, the 118 of Brody Sharp. And to his outside out of Seymour, Tennessee, it'll be the 29 of Rusty Ballinger. Starting 13th out of Knoxville, Tennessee, it'll be the 07A of Addison Cardwell. And the 17 of Chip Brindle from Chatsworth, Georgia. Starting 15th out of Seymour, Tennessee, in the 10B, it'll be Bradley Llewellyn. And at his outside, it'll be the 29 of Knoxville, Tennessee's Kyle Courtney. Starting 17th out of Rome, Georgia, it'll be the 21 of Super Mario Gresham. Starting 18th out of Berberville, Kentucky, it'll be the 7 of Brian Smith. Starting 19th, a winner back at Volusia Speedway Park earlier this year out of Dublin, Georgia, the 4 of Rye Falk. To his outside, starting 20th out of Mayfield, Kentucky, it'll be the 4 of Joe Mike. Starting 21st out of Greenback, Tennessee, it'll be the 7T of Tyler Price. And starting 22nd in the 11 out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, it will be Daniel Dial. Final 2 starters of tonight's Great Racing USA 40-lap feature. Starting 23rd, currently 4th in the Winter Shootout Series point standings out of Rome, Georgia. It'll be the 66 of Jake Knowles. And to his outside, taking a provisional to get in out of Clinton, South Carolina, it'll be the K7 of Keaton Smith. Race control continues to work to get the lineup dialed in before we get ready to get our 40-lap feature started here tonight at 411 Motor Speedway. All right, 411 Motor Speedway, if you will, rise to your feet. Pull out your cell phones as we get ready. We are going to set the stage for the greatest spectacle in motorsports. .411 Motor Speedway, are you ready? Pull out your cell phones and get ready and rise to your feet. Because down into turns 3 and 4, we thank you for coming out on this cold but beautiful Saturday afternoon and filling the stands at 411 Motor Speedway. Because the Newsome Raceway Parts Great Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series goes 4 wide for you. The stars and cars that make it happen with the Newsome Raceway Parts Great Racing USA Winter Shootout Series salute you, the greatest race fans in the world. 24 of them strong, getting ready for 40 laps around the always exciting 411 Motor Speedway. And I'm telling you what, I'm looking at those top 10 starters, and anybody in that top 10, if we get this field into traffic, it can happen in a hurry here at Tennessee's Action Track. Race control, Chance Smith tells the inside 2 rows to pull out. We'll get them spread out, get a little bit of heat in the tires, and we'll get ready to go at it for 40 laps. Mitchell Stanley will fall in line. Even though he was late getting to the lineup, he will keep his 5th starting spot. Would have been bad to have had to send that one car to the tail end with as fast as he's been so far this afternoon. 411 Motor Speedway flagman Joshua Patch has the green flag in hand. He'll indicate 1 lap to go. One more time around before we get ready to let them loose for 40 laps. They will spread out. We've already seen multiple grooves here at 411 Motor Speedway. We'll see exactly what these 604 late models have for the next 40 laps. On the front row, it'll be Corey Hedgecock in the 23, Hayden Cardwell in the 22, Brandon Miller in the 89, and it will be Matthew Smith in the 7. Down into the VP Racing Lubricants Smooth and Clean starting box. The sweetheart for the Great Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series is green. Down into turns 1 and 2. Cardwell to the top side. Hitchcock to the bottom. Big run is steep for Cardwell down the back straightaway. Put the 22 up to the top spot. Not for long. Hitchcock back to the inside. Out of turn number 4, lap number 1, it will be Hayden Cardwell to lead the way. Corey Hitchcock now goes back to the bottom, or to the middle of the racetrack, and Jason Welshin, here comes the 29. Welshin's on the move. He'll hit to the bottom of Miller. Miller will wash up the racetrack. Lap 2 will go to Cardwell. Battle for third. Jason Welshin's going to take that spot. Miller's going to fall in line. 3, 4, 5, top 3rd through 6th spot right under a blanket. As Corey Hitchcock going to fight back to Hayden Cardwell. Top 2 starting to slowly pull away. Hitchcock to the bottom. It will be Cardwell to the top side. Loudon, Tennessee against Knoxville, Tennessee here in the early laps. Totally opposite from one end of the racetrack. Cardwell to the top side in 1 and 2. Hitchcock to the bottom. They transfer to turns 3 and 4. They totally cross. It'll come Cardwell to the bottom. Hitchcock back to the top side. And now it'll be Hitchcock diamonding off turns 3 and 4. Can he get a run off of Cardwell? He cannot. It'll be almost 5 car lengths at the stripe. We'll see the field move through turns 1 and 2. Brandon Miller and Mac McCarter. McCarter now starting to put some work on the driver in the 89. As they are panning out all throughout the field. Tucker Anderson and Heath Alvey, they're starting to fight now. That is for 9th and 10th. Anderson there in that 22 car coming into your screen. There you see Alvey to his outside. Alvey in the orange and black. Tucker Anderson in the black and yellow. And just sneaking up into that picture would be Chip Brindle in that 17. And the leaders have caught the tail end of the field. Hayden Cardwell getting ready to work on Keaton Smith. Keaton Smith going to be the first car at the tail of the field. He's going to try to put 1 lap down. Smith will give Cardwell the top side. Cardwell will put the K7 of Smith 1 lap down. Hitchcock will follow in tow. Next time by, it'll be 9 laps complete. And they are getting ready to get busy. They were 3 wide moments ago, and there was only 1 car separating Hayden Cardwell from being in rush hour traffic. That'll be Daniel Dial. Dial's going to be the next car Cardwell's going to have to deal with. Dial to the bottom, Cardwell to the bottom. Corey Hitchcock following in tow. Top 3 have kind of solidified themselves as Jason Welshin trying to catch back up to the top 2. Cardwell will slide by Dial. He'll work to put the 11 car. He'll put the 11 car 1 lap down. Now Corey Hitchcock will go to the top side. Off of turn number 4, it's going to be Hayden Cardwell. He'll show the way. 10, now make it 11 laps complete. Oh boy, please stay green off of turn 2 as Cardwell now. He will dive to the inside of the 4 of Joe Mike. Mike's going to be the next car Cardwell will slide by as he will come across the line, and Hayden Cardwell puts lap 12 on the board. Corey Hitchcock, though, right there. Now Hitchcock's going to go to the bottom. Cardwell's going to be stuck to the top side. Now he'll go to the inside, try to follow Jake Knowles on the bottom, 3 turns 3 and 4. Still Corey Hitchcock in striking distance, and don't look now, but Jason Welshin is slowly starting to reel in the top 2. The leaders have him 2 wide in front of him. Hayden can't go anywhere. Side by side is Jake Knowles, Tyler Price. They are fighting for business, and Cardwell's going to split them. Cardwell just took them 3 wide off of 4 and said, hey guys, I got to go. Cardwell to the top side. That time Welshin was almost door to door with the leader off of 2, and Cardwell is putting on a clinic with lap traffic right now. He is working lap traffic here at 411 Motor Speedway almost perfectly. Now he's got Corey Hitchcock jammed up. 3 cars between the leader and second place Corey Hitchcock. And it's about to be more. Cardwell's going to look under the 118 of Sharp. Sharp, one of the... Oh, and here comes Kyle Courtney to the infield. He takes Jake Knowles with him. The 29 and the 66 both went into the infield at the same time, and it tore the right front fender flare off of Jake Knowles. They'll go into the infield, no harm, no foul. It is still Hayden Cardwell as we come to lap 17. Your top 5, Hayden Cardwell, Corey Hitchcock, Jason Welshin, Mac McCarter, Brandon Miller. Rest of your top 10, it'll be Rusty Ballinger, Matthew Smith, Mitchell Stanley, Chip Brindle, and Heath Alvey hanging on to that 10th spot. As Corey Hitchcock has the job of trying to run down the 22. Hitchcock now to the back of Rye Falk. Falk goes to the middle. Hedgecock to the top side, and Jason Welshin is there. 2 car lengths that time. He bobbled a little bit off of 2, but now he can get right up close to the 23. Top 2 in a Winter Shootout Series point standings within striking distance. As it is still Hayden Cardwell, and the caution flag has come out. Caution flag has come out on the back straightaway. And for the first time today at 411 Motor Speedway, the caution flag will fly. And it does so on lap 19, 1 lap shy of the halfway point. And I believe that would be the 7 of Brian Smith. The 7 of Brian Smith will bring out our first caution flag just 1 lap shy of halfway. Man, oh man, Hayden Cardwell putting on a clinic around the 411 Motor Speedway, working that lap traffic very at ease. Corey Hedgecock stayed close there for a long time, then got dialed up behind 3 cars. So with the caution flag coming out 1 lap shy of halfway, we'll take a look at your top 10. Top 10 looks like this. Hayden Cardwell out front. Corey Hedgecock second. Jason Welsh in third. Mac McCarter now up to fourth. Brandon Miller rounds out your top 5. Rusty Ballinger 6. Matthew Smith 7. Mitchell Stanley now up to 8th. Chip Brendel 9th. And Heath Alvey has held on to that top 10. Just outside of the top 10 would be Tucker Anderson, Bradley Llewellyn, and Addison Cardwell. So the first caution flag comes out 1 lap shy of the halfway point. So race control will work to get the lineup dialed back up. And this will definitely help out Mac McCarter and Brandon Miller. They had kind of fell to the wayside. And I tell you, another driver to keep an eye on, started 12th in this feature, winning that first Newsom Raceway Parts B main is Rusty Ballinger. And Ballinger has now raced his way up to 6th in that Warrior Comanche. So halfway through the field for Rusty Ballinger, so that caution comes out at a good time as we get ready to set up the Delaware double file restart. Once again, 19 of the 40 complete here in our 40-lap main event for the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series Winter Shootout Series. It has been all Hayden Cardwell so far. Hayden Cardwell in that CET-powered CVR race car, the Rusty Webb-owned entry. He's been able to move from top to bottom anywhere he's wanted to put that 22 so far. So here we go. Delaware double file restart. They'll move back towards turns 3 and 4. The KRC power steering restart zone will get ready to get back underway. Flagman Joshman Patch has the green flag, and there it is. Green flag back in the air off of turn number 4. Hedgecock to the inside. Welsh now right up to the back bumper. Might have even clipped the 23 to the outside. Can't make anything happen off of turn 2. Still 2 making 3 car lengths for the top spot. Now Mac McCarter backs up behind Jason Welshin. McCarter's starting to get in the mix. 3 cars under a fight for that second spot. There you see Welshin to the inside. Hedgecock to the bottom. Welshin's going to slide up to the door panel. Hedgecock can't make it stick off of turn 2. It's all happening behind Hayden Cardwell. The top 2 in the Winter Shootout Series point standings are going at it. 28 points separated him coming in. And Welshin has got the bottom working. And that time Cardwell, he went up a little higher, I think, than what he wanted to off of turn number 2. Still held it by about a car length. Now Welshin stretches to the top side out of turn 4. Starting to see the leaders. They are running 3 different distinct lines, and they're doing it at both ends of the racetrack. Hedgecock and Welshin now to get to the top side. Cardwell went to the bottom. Now Cardwell back to the top side. There you get a good look at Welshin. He'll slide in, dive into turns 1 and 2. McCarter will follow him off of turn 2, and Ballinger is working what I would call the extreme top side of all 4 corners of the 411 Motor Speedway, trying to get that 29 back up into contention. Ballinger goes back up to the top side again, trying to run down Mac McCarter. That would be for the 4th spot. Ballinger up to 5th. But out of turn number 4, 25 laps in the books. It has been all Hayden Cardwell, but Corey Hedgecock has been right there, just not able to capitalize. Cardwell gets off the turn so well off of turn number 2. There you see the leaders dive off down into 1 and 2. Both Corey Hedgecock and Hayden Cardwell have went to the top side. Welshin has went to start diamonding off turns 1 and 2 to try to cut that corner off, but it's not paid off. Welshin starting to slowly fade back from that CVR of Cardwell and that BMF house car of Corey Hedgecock. There you see Mac McCarter still back there in 4th. Rusty Ballinger right there behind him. The leaders are back in lap traffic once again. 28 laps in the books, 28 laps in the books. Cardwell goes to the bottom. Hedgecock goes to the top side. Oh boy. Hedgecock's got a big run off of 2. This could be the chance. Will Corey throw it to the bottom? No. Hedgecock goes to the middle. Hedgecock to the middle. He'll try to squeeze off to the outside. Can't quite do it. Cardwell's going to hold the lead by a car length at the stripe. Leaders are going at it again down in turns 1 and 2. 1 lane lower than Cardwell in 1 and 2 was Hedgecock. Now Hedgecock picks the nose to the inside. They may be side by side, just barely missed being side by side off of turn 4. Hedgecock to the inside. Corey to the bottom. Daniel Dial's going to get in the way, and Corey Hedgecock's going to fight the lead. Here comes Cardwell. Cardwell takes him 3 wide down in turn 3. Are you kidding me? Cardwell off of turn number 4 at the stripe. Corey Hedgecock's going to take the lead. Oh, baby. Top side down in turns 1 and 2. Now, can Cardwell make up the ground in the dirty air? Or is Corey Hedgecock waited long enough to pounce? Lap 32 will go on the board this time in Loudon, Tennessee's Corey Hedgecock has taken the lead. Hedgecock down the back straightaway. Excited to get that win back at East Bay. Finally got him one down in Florida and looking to become a 2-time Winter Shootout Series champion. Cardwell worked the extreme bottom in 1 and 2. He'll slide the nose of Sharp. Hedgecock will now look to the inside, trying to work around the 07 of Bailey Cardwell. Now that'll be Addison Cardwell in the yellow 07. And I tell you what, Addison worked the bottom, and now you've got Bailey, and Corey Hedgecock's got himself in a Cardwell sandwich. Hedgecock to the bottom, Hayden to the inside. On to turn number 4, it will be Corey Hedgecock crossing the stripe. Now make it 5 laps to go. Hedgecock once again a car length this time. I feel like Hayden's going to have to make some kind of bold move going into one of these turns if he can get there, as Cardwell's going to get a little bit of real estate once he gets by Addison Cardwell. To the bottom, they were briefly door by door. Leaders were side by side for a moment. Out of turn number 4, Corey Hedgecock's going to come to the stripe. He'll take lap 37 on the board. He'll put the 7-up price between him and Hayden. Now Rye Folk will go back behind Hedgecock. Cardwell slowly seeing that 23 briefly pull away. 38 laps this time by 38 laps in the books. Corey Hedgecock followed Hayden Cardwell for the first 3 quarters of this race. Cardwell gave him the bottom, and before it was all said and done, out of turn number 4, white flag one more time around for Loudon, Tennessee's Corey Hedgecock. Last year, he cashed in on the 2022 Crate Racing USA Winter Shootout Series Championship, and at his home track down in turns 3 and 4, he will now become a 2-time Winter Shootout Series champion. Corey Hedgecock wins it for 11. Second will go to Hayden Cardwell. In a valiant effort for that second spot, Jason Welshin will go 3rd, Mac McCarter 4th, Rusty Ballinger will round out your top 5. 411 Motor Speedway, make some noise for Corey Hedgecock! Man, oh man, two-time Crate Racing USA winner, Shootout Series champion, and bittersweet tonight. Sat there and followed Hayden for a while, finally caught him slipping up in turn 2, and this BMF race car simply went to the bottom and made it happen.
Man, hats off. We all race clean everything. I don't know if anybody touched back there, but me and Jason was good, and Hayden raced good. And Hayden was probably still quicker than me, I think. I just kind of got up on the wheel there for a couple laps, and I knew lap traffic was the only time I was going to be able to really get by him. But, man, it's been good. Can't complain. It's went smooth, so hopefully we can keep this momentum going with the crate car and the BMF chassis deal, and that's really important to us right now, along with the Eagle Racing engines, of course, and just a good combination.
East Bay was important, but how important is to come here and win in the home state and seal up another championship?
Very cool. Just not just the first deal for the BMF chassis deal, the second one for Eagle Racing and Team 23 and everybody involved. It's just really cool. Down in Florida, I'm not maybe necessarily supposed to win, but I always feel a lot more pressure here because all you fans and everything think I'm supposed to win. So, man, it's just I'm tickled to death to get it done for y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed it because it was exciting from my point.
Tell us about the folks that make this 23 car go.
Easy Go, Noble Knights Construction, Circle H Services, SFP Performance Systems, SCI, Eagle Racing Engines, BMF Chassis, of course, Bruce Built, Vineyard, W Hardscapes, Profab Headers, Bilstein Shocks. Man, there's somebody else I'm forgetting over there. I can't think of who they are. Lily over here, mom, dad, my wife. It's cool.
Corey Hedgecock, your 411 Motor Speedway Crate Racing USA winner!